Hey, so today let's talk about the chayote. Hey everyone, so today I'm going to teach you about the chayote squash. We hear about it a lot in keto circles because it can be used to sub in where we would normally have an apple in a lot of dishes. But for some reason, we don't talk a lot about the savory applications, and so I thought it would be good for us to do a little different take on it and see if we can get you into the chayote squash. So first off, it looks like this, sort of like a flattish kind of pear shape, and similar to a Bartlett pear color. Uh, it has the stem side, and then the side on the bottom, it has like the little seam. I call it a smile, the chayote smile. Um, and basically, when you are trying to pick these out, you kind of want to get this light pale. If they're still super bright green, they're not quite ripe yet, so don't grab those. They should have just a smidge of a give, but not too much. That you don't want it to be mushy, and you want to double check and make sure that this has a nice, lovely smile. If it's like super tight, uh, it's not ready yet. This one is a little bit bigger. That's fine too. Same on this one, and you can see this one actually, well, you can't really see, but uh, this one is probably the most ripe. What will happen eventually if you keep these around long enough is this smile will split open as the pit begins to sprout, and that is where you would plant your chayote. So similar to an avocado, etc., etc., in its style. Now, the chayote squash is from South America, the Honduras kind of region, and it is also, just like the bitter melon that we talked about on the recent live stream, part of the cucurbitaceae family. So right in there with your watermelon and the snake gourd, and like I said, the bitter melon. Yes, the chayote is a fruit, and it is a bit of a harder piece to cut because it's nice and firm. And you can see right here, it has a pit, and that is what makes this a fruit. We need a spoon to kind of give that a scoop out, and I was not prepared because you don't want that pit, but easy peasy, comes right out. A delightful addition for the compost. From here, you can do all sorts of things with it, but what I am going to do is boil them. And let me just get this prepped. Scoop them pits out. Feels like if I had been smart, I would have done like the two of these and just showed you the one. Now the skin, because I know someone will ask, is in fact edible. When you are subbing in for apple, you probably usually do want to remove the skin, but in a savory application like we're going to do today, we're going to leave that on because it's going to help give some structure. You can also, it's definitely edible raw. It just doesn't have like a lot of super unique flavor. It's very mild. A lot of people compare it to things like pear or apple or potato or the jicama. For those of you who've had jicama before, you know how it has that almost a sweet flavor. And I know it's kind of like a little cheatery, but I want to make sure that you know for a fact that I'm not lying to you. You can absolutely eat it raw. It's delightfully refreshing and crunchy. I just love it. So I'm going to get my water in here to my skillet because I need it to You can do it in a pot on the stove. I just like using my skillet. It keeps it from getting too overheated in the house, etc., etc. I got my water already pretty hot. And the squash fit in here real nice to cook. I know, this is not exciting part, right? The other thing is it does take quite a bit of time, which is another reason for me to go ahead and just use it here on this versus heating up my stovetop. I'm just going to drop these in here. That was so good. It makes me want to just like cut one of them up. I should save one off, but I'm going to cook them all. And that's going to go for about 45 minutes. Very tasty. Set that aside for the compost. And all that has to do is simmer for like 45 minutes. So the chayote squash has vitamin B6, which is a B vitamin that we often miss out in our daily foods. So as part of that B complex, that's really critical. It's super high in antioxidants, which a lot of people really are searching for in their foods to get you some good nutrition. High in calcium, vitamin C, vitamin A, the whole 9 yards, just like our bitter gourd was. But I'm telling you, that's so delicious. I wish that I had bought a couple more for my game night, because I always take a little snack. Usually I bring like celery and carrot sticks and other crunchy things, and maybe some grape tomatoes. This would be a nice addition on there. I might do it. At any rate, I got derailed. So it has all of those things, just like the other cucurbitaceae that I mentioned in before. It is being studied as to whether the anecdotal evidence of eating the chayote fits in with the actual proven out science, where they're talking about whether it may help to reduce cholesterol, whether it helps with reducing or leveling blood sugars, thereby assisting those with your type 2 diabetes. It's very low in carbohydrates. One whole chayote squash, about in the size that I got, is maybe about 6 total carbs, which is not bad, as you know. 6 carbs for your whole squash. And it's a lot of squash. And like I think it's like 4 carbs for that too. So really, really nice. I mean, 6 total carbs and 4 of them are fiber. The other 2 are your natural sugars, which almost all vegetables have. So like, don't freak out. It's not like processed cane sugar, you know. And if you don't do vegetables, then this is not for you. But I eat vegetables and I love them. So I'm going to let this go for about 45 minutes. Let me know in the comments what additional things you need to hear about the chayote squash. And then in 45 minutes we'll come back and we'll finish off the filling and get our squash ready to go for our big meal today. I know I took a weird pause there, didn't I? I don't know. Not all together yet this morning. You know why? Because I haven't had my coffee. My cup is waiting, and I think I'm going to go take care of that now while we wait. Like I said, this is going to take about 45 minutes, so we'll be back when they are done. Alright, welcome back everyone. So what I have here are the chayote squash that I have simmered. You can see they're soft. They've gotten a bit more translucent. Maybe you really can't tell that on the camera, but they've become a little bit more translucent. They did spend about 45 minutes simmering in the water. Their skin is now super soft and tender. I put aside 2 of them so that I can have these later, decide how I want to prepare them. And what I'm going to do now is just make a little bit bigger cavity here by scooping out a little bit of the chayote fruit. And we're going to just go ahead and put that right in here with our chorizo crumbles. I probably should tell you what else I've got here. So I've got some cooked and crumbled chorizo, 2 scrambled eggs, and a little bit of shredded cheddar. You could use whatever cheese you want. I already had the cheddar, so that's what I'm using. So, let's see. They're still warm, although I did obviously let them cool a little bit, or I wouldn't be touching it with my bare fingers. doesn't take that long. It is still a bit hot because my fingers are not burned less, just a little bit. But if you need to cool them a little more, that's fine too. What we're going to do after we mix this filling together is we're going to fill the cavities of the chayote squash. Ooh, hot. And then we're going to pop it into the air fryer. Technically, I'm using the bake mode on mine, so you could do it in the oven. I've got it at 325, preheating right now. And it's just going to need to go like 5 minutes to rewarm the chorizo and to get the cheese a little bit melty. So I will tell you too, the chayote squash has a lot of liquid, so up to you if you decide that you would like it to be a bit drier and you want to drain that. But my chorizo is very dry, so I'm going to have that extra moisture in there to kind of bind it a little bit more with the egg and the squash. So I got to clean my hands a little bit, use that. Juicy. So anyways, I hope you guys are having an awesome first day back to work. While I'm doing all this screwing around, I will let you know one of the things that made me decide to make this dish is that yesterday I went to Jungle Gyms, not too far from Cincinnati. You know, I live in Columbus, Ohio, and I met up with several other people who have ketogenic based YouTube channels. Ready Set Keto, Keto Simple, Jackie's Jinx Journey, and For Your Enjoyment. All of those people are just wonderful to talk to and to hang around with. And we navigated the jungle gyms, and at one point Emily from Ready Set Keto mentioned wanting to try the chayote squash. Again, because it's used as an apple substitute. Throw in the eggs, and we picked some out. Now Jungle Gyms was crowded and very, very people-y, so I was a little overwhelmed, and I didn't give her all of the advice like about the little smile and stuff, so I feel a little bit bad about that. But I also thought, then let's make this video and show her another way to use it other than just apples, right? Also, I am looking forward to this. This is my breakfast. Mix in my little bit of cheese. I may have some extra filling, we'll see. But sadness, guys, I'm going to take this and hop right into work meetings. And I didn't get the dishes done this morning, so now I'm going to have to do dishes on my lunch break. Boo! Alright, so here's our filling. Looking delicious. Like, I could sit down with this, a spoon, and just eat this. But this will be great, too. I'm probably going to spill it everywhere because that's just how it goes in the Radical Geek kitchen. I don't know about you guys, but perfection has not been a thing that I achieve. I do what I call tasty, but sometimes a bit of a, it's a nerd thing. Sometimes the coordination just isn't there. But check it out. Other things you could do is if instead of mixing in the scrambled eggs, you could also just use the cheese, chorizo, and squash mix, and then you could poach an egg to put on top of it or fry an egg for on top of it. That would be nice too. But like I said, I'm all about the just all in one. And making a couple extra so I can reheat them later in the week. I do have some extra filling. Let's see if we can, am I going to overdo it? You know I'm going to, right? Like, why wouldn't you? I mean, I suppose technically what I could do is just bring one of these other ones, but I don't want to. I want to save those because I might tomorrow have them in a sweet fashion. So I just have a little extra filling. Where do I put it, you guys? We're just going to keep stuffing these. It'll be fine. What, a little filling falls off to the side? Oh no, right? Like, I don't know about you guys, but I would not be sad in the least. Let's see. We can get a little more on this dude. So, let's see. Alright, alright, alright. I've done it. I can't put no more filling in those. But Let's just give it a little taste real quick. Mm. It'll be good. Mm. So yeah, so we did all that lovely shopping. Sorry, it's a lot of hand washing when you're touching things. And it was a really lovely day. But I thought this would be a nice thing to do, to share with you the beauty of the chayote, as well as give us just a little bit of different things that we can do with it. See if I can get my tray in here without dumping it over. There we go. All right, so I put my little air fryer at 325. It's on the bake mode, but it's convection, so you still lower the temperature. If you're gonna put them in a traditional oven, go ahead and bump that up to 350. Like I said, it just needs like 5 minutes, and then we'll plate it up. I'm gonna eat this last bite. Extra filling, no problem. Sink full of my dishes from this morning. Maybe not the greatest to end my morning on, but it'll still be great. So we went to and we did all of that shopping, and by the time I got home, I was super starving, but I did get some cool stuff. You'll see, I bought a special cheese for Cheese Friday. I got us a vegetable that I'm going to show you how to prepare that I couldn't get locally. For some reason, our grocery was out, or either they didn't order it in or something, but I know it's in season, so I was excited to see it there. I bought myself a water because foolishly I didn't take my flask inside, and I got thirsty part ways through. I know I'm sure that they love it when people buy things and open it and use some of it during their trip there, but I had to. I was dying. So we had that lovely time. I always enjoy seeing a lot of these individuals because they're beautiful people. And now I kind of got my little enjoyment fix before we go to Keto Palooza coming up here in October. So I'm looking forward to that. Okay, I'm gonna let this cook off. I'm gonna go and drink a little bit of my coffee, get my plate ready, and all of that good stuff. And then we'll circle back here as soon as it's complete. I hope that you're having a great day, and it'll be just a couple minutes. All right, so here we are, the finished product. So let me serve 2 of these up. They're very soft now and delightful, so give me a second to scoop it. There we go. See a little steam coming off. I'm going to bring these around to show you up close so you can see the lovely, lean back and make sure you see it. There we go. So there is our finished stuffed breakfast chayote. So I hope that you get to try this out and that you enjoy it as much as I do. Like I said, it's got that little cheese and it gets both soft and crispy. The chorizo crisps up on the outside crust but stays soft. The chayote in the mix kind of brings it all together. Let me take a little picture to post up on the image so that we can, I don't know. You know, I'm a terrible picture taker, but that's going to be good enough. Close enough, right? So I'm going to just, I'm going to slice into this, give it a taste, because I feel like if you cook on the internet that you also need to eat on the internet, even though my preference would be to take it up to my office and dial into the Zoom and then eat, but let's get in. I know. See, so it did fall. It did come. My stuffing. Oh, so good. It's very juicy, and it brings forward the sweetness of the chayote, which pairs really nice the spice of my chorizo. When you buy chorizo, make sure you pay attention because commercial chorizos, some of them are fine and dandy, and others of them are bulked with soy protein isolate, maltodextrin, corn, soluble corn fiber, or modified food starches. If you have a meat grinder, or if you just have the pork sausage, It's very easy to make your own. We can talk about that another time, but not today because I'm gonna go and smash this. By the way, 8 total carbs. So for the whole meal, 8 total carbs. And it's got a really good fat to protein ratio. I'm gonna get my B vitamins, all of that good stuff. It's high in folate, which I think I forgot to mention earlier. And this will easily hold me off. It's gonna be 8 o'clock right now. And then I'll usually have my second meal between my midday meeting and my end of day meeting, so like around 2:30, and then I'm good for the evening. So it just kind of works out that way, and this will easily sustain me until 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So for 8 carbs, I'm excited. So that means this morning I'll have 8 carbs for this, and then about 2.5 carbs for my coffee. Yes, coffee has carbs, so keep that in mind. And so about 10.5 carbs for my meal one. There we go. Half my food for the day, half my carbs for the day. Pretty good. I can't complain. So I'm going to be right on target for a perfect ketogenic kind of day. So you have a great day. I will see you soon. I will stop rambling. And I really appreciate you all. Leave some comments below on ways maybe you have enjoyed chayote squash, or let me know if this is your first exposure to chayote. I have some more interesting vegetables coming up, so keep your eye out. And don't forget that tomorrow we're going to be dropping, oh, it might have already dropped. I'm not sure. I think so. Oh, you might be getting this video on Wednesday instead of Tuesday. I forgot about the holiday, you guys. Oh, well, it is what it is. You guys have an amazing day. See you soon. Bye-bye.